If Bungie wasn't already in a lot of controversy, especially with one of the recent court cases where basically someone sued them for allegedly Bungie stealing basically his storyline and implementing it in Destiny 2. Of course, they're still fighting this in court. They actually wanted to argue that the story was not stolen because, of course, it's all original, and the way they were doing it was their defense was that they were pulling out all of this YouTube video fan wiki content as their defense line, except the judge refused because, of course, he's not going to watch a 10-hour lore video, and they can't really present their own work because they vaulted this work many years ago. And yeah, but let's talk about another controversy that Bungie just got into, and this one's crazy. I'm so shocked just reading this, but let's get into it. So, and it has to do this time with Marathon. Marathon is their upcoming, highly anticipated extraction shooter coming out exactly in September of this year. They've already showcased some gameplay footage. They had a really cool cinematic that honestly I was thoroughly impressed by, especially because it was done by an animator that I know worked on a few episodes and Love, Death, and Robots. Fantastic. So let's talk about it, because this is a huge PR mess. The studio just admitted that they have stolen artwork originally created by a graphic artist named Antireal in 2017, and it was used in the game's promotional materials and even made it into the game itself. Now, the artist himself, Antireal, publicly called Bungie out on Twitter and providing clear side-by-side comparisons of their original poster designs and textures found in Marathon. Wow. And I saw them myself. They're literally exactly the same. The similarities were unmistakable, and Bungie responded quickly, admitting that a former artist on the team had included the stolen assets in a texture sheet that ultimately made its way into the game. And Bungie says the rest of the team had no idea, and they've promised a full asset audit and to do right by the artist. Now, to be honest, I know that they have to go on full damage control, but it's kind of feels like it's already too late. Like, people are going to be holding this against them harshly, because, be honest, Bungie's been through so many of these controversies over the years. I mean, this feels like just one of many at this point. For example, there was back in 2021 the Witch Queen trailer using fan art without credit from an artist. In 2023, Destiny 2's cutscenes that mirrored another fan's work. And then in 2024, the Ace of Spades Nerf gun design controversy, where fan designs were clearly used. So it seems what's happening here is that they are not doing a good job of overseeing their team of developers, who seem to think it's okay to just take fan art from online and implement it into a game, into an official game, a licensed game, because this can get them into a lot of trouble. And especially now, Marathon, which is supposed to be this major comeback for a classic franchise that Bungie worked on back in the 90s. And if there was any goodwill through those teasers and the developer interviews and, the gameplay previews and the play tests, something like this, it ruins that goodwill. It ruins that momentum, that hype that people have for the game. And it could leave a really bad impression, because if this is already the first, I would say the first controversy for Marathon, what is out there? What else is out there going to be coming out for a game like this? And the community morale is definitely going to hurt. It's going to hurt. And I think that if there was any kind of trust that fans had for, the unique style of Marathon, it feels like, oh, okay, this style seems to be borrowed without permission. I mean, there's already proof of, taking fan art, taking art from another artist and putting it in the game without credit. And who knows how much of that game's style has also been stolen. So, yeah, Marathon's reputation and Bungie's reputation is in dire straits right now. And they're going to have to do some serious damage control for this in hopes that Marathon's momentum can continue to do well heading into its launch in September. So I think Bungie needs to do more than just apologies this time. They really need to prove that they have changed how they operate for the better. And I wouldn't be surprised if more controversies just kind of spring up before this game's launch. But this is not a good start for Marathon and for Bungie. Now, I am excited for this game. I do have hopes that it's going to be more than just an extraction shooter. I doubt it. I'm hoping that they would offer some new modes that could make it somewhat more than just an extraction shooter. I doubt it, but we'll wait and see. What's your opinion of the game? Have you heard about the controversy? Do you think that Bungie should have done a better job of auditing their team? You feel like, especially a multi-million-dollar studio like that, should be so careless at the same time? Should we excuse them for this carelessness? I don't think so. But do share your thoughts and opinion. Let me know. And with that, guys, it's time to wrap it up here in the Evening Buzz. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we'll see you guys on the next episode every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and Monday. Keeping you guys busy and entertained all throughout the weekend shift. Only here on Pulse 95. This is Mikail Atiyeh signing out. Have a good one.